Hey up troops, A Littleton here, and it's an emergency patch notes day. Well, it's not emergency, but it's all the bugs that started the season are now being fixed. It's the Year 9 Season 4.1 patch notes. There's some good things in here. There's a lot of things which I didn't even know was a problem, to be honest with you, but I'll run through them. But the big one that everybody wants fixed is fixed, I think, from what I can see. So, starting from the top. Clear the old throat. I sound like a town crier. Yeah. Oh, I've got a bell as well. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. Sorry. Squad leader is unable to select band operators in a custom lobby. I understand that. Text, a timer animation for recharging gadgets will grey out when the available gadget reaches 0. That's the second thing I think that everybody wanted fixed. So if you had a goo mine, I could load the game and show you, but I'll just explain this. If you had a goo mine, once you threw the goo mine, you would normally see like a blue circle go around the goo mine logo until that was like your cooldown time until you got another goo mine. This season, that was bugged. You couldn't always see that. It was the same with Y9S4.1, and it was the same with other operators that had like a throwable, rechargeable gadget, if you know what I mean. Context to toggle, preview on or off as missing for Bravo's Cludge drone and Twitch's shock drone. Blackbeard SR25, that's his DMR, clips through the hull of the shield, and I think the vert grip of the assault rifle does as well. But that's now fixed. Blackbeard's adaptable shield remains unequipped after performing a full reload in Repel. That's a good fix. Aim down sights desync between first person and third person view when Blackbeard is the attacker. I showed this in the video. Like it looked like Blackbeard was aiming down sights on his model. If you were watching Blackbeard aim down sights, he was aiming down sights a lot faster than if you were actually Blackbeard himself. Like if this is Blackbeard and this is Blackbeard's model would aim down sights super quick, but Blackbeard would actually still be aiming down. Sorry, I'm just turning the volume off over here. Blackbeard would still be aiming down sights in his model, so it didn't match up, but that's now fixed. Task system is empty when selected for the first time through waiting shooting range or siege cup matchmaking. I didn't know that. Weapons appear to float behind the operators in the weapon roulette session. That is also in the MVP animation screen. You know, at the end of the game, sometimes there's just a floating weapon. I think it was in my Discord. Somebody put the link below, by the way, if you want to find players. In my Discord, somebody put a picture, and there's like the defenders won the round, so they won the game. So it was all the defenders in the MVP animation, and then there was just Deimos' pistol floating in the background. So that's fixed. Blackbeard doesn't get pushed back when colliding with Oryx's dash. I didn't know that. So in the testing of the Blackbeard video, which is now wrong, so that's a shame. But when Blackbeard charged and Oryx charged, nothing would happen. It would cancel each other out. But now, Blackbeard does get pushed back when colliding with the dash and his own dash ability. So, an amendment to the Blackbeard video. If Blackbeard and Oryx both dash at each other, Oryx will win the dash. Blackbeard doesn't get pushed back when colliding with Oryx's dash with his own ability. So, that says Oryx now wins that fight. I need to amend that video. Blackbeard's hull shield can't vault through Osa's clear Talonate shield. I didn't know that. Teammate sprint animation isn't visible to the player in support. This is the big one. If any of you have seen players running around the map, like doing tiny little running animations that's like a walk, like just like sprint walking, that's now fixed from what I can see here. Hard breach charges floating on a Zami's Kiba barrier while being destroyed. Hard breach charges floating on a Zami's Kiba barrier while being destroyed. Well, I mean, that's mad, isn't it? This is why Siege is like the way it is, man. There are so many bugs and things you've got to think about. How many times in any games have you ever played where a Zami is playing and a hard breach charge has been put on a Akiba barricade? I've never done that myself, but you've got to think about these things. There's so many interactions with different gadgets and secondary gadgets, and people are like, oh, the game's so buggy. It always will be, man, because there's so much going on. We could make just a straight shooter, and there'd be very few bugs, but it wouldn't have the complexity that Siege has. So, you know, if you want to have a game that's this complex, you've got to give a bit of a break when it comes to that. I mean, who thought about that bug? You know, in testing before the season comes out, who's gone, oh, yeah, oh, have we tested that? Yeah. Oh, hang on, but have we tested putting a hard breach charge on a Kiba barricade? Oh, no, I haven't thought of that, weirdly. Anyway, instead of sprinting, the operator seems to walk faster in third-person view. That's the same thing. And that, again, it was that fast walking instead of sprinting. Fingers crossed that's fixed, because I know it didn't cause a massive amount of problems to the game. Some people said that they were not getting the sprint sound. They were getting the walking sound, so that the noise wasn't like, obviously when you sprint, it's louder than when you walk. Some people told me that they weren't hearing people sprint. They were only hearing people walk, even though they were sprinting. I didn't get that personally. I thought I could hear people sprinting, but maybe that was just me. But yeah, that should be fixed now. Operator guides are accessed using only the D-pad and match replay. Sweet fix. I don't. Was that a thing? I don't know. It's obviously a controller thing. Level design fixes. Cubicle walls in 1F open area, first floor open area, disappear when viewed from the back. Okay, so this is on bank. When you spawn back alley, the cubicle walls means like, the desks, the individual desks, I guess they're calling those a cubicle. Those walls would disappear. So anyone taking cover behind them could just be seen. I didn't know that. That's insane. Skybox is too dark on several maps. Well, if we're talking about several maps, is the skybox is just the sky? I don't know. It must just be the sky. I'm not a map designer, level designer. Operators, yeah, maybe the sky's fixed. Operators, reload animation for the golden gun is missing for operators in the golden gun arcade mode. I forget that's even in the game, man. I need to play that more. That was good fun. I need to play more arcade mode stuff. Scope post is idle. V10 Pantheon shell doesn't deploy when it's spawned in the penthouse and Stadium Alpha. It doesn't deploy its shield. Oh, this was the bug that was in last season. So when you start playing scope post at the start of the round, your second shell would spawn in just as a crouch shell with no shield in front of it. So there must be a bug on Stadium Alpha. Yeah, there's a couple of bugs on Stadium Alpha, but they've all been fixed. Again, like you're testing, you're like, oh, Dave, is that patch good to go? Yeah, should be fine, mate. Yeah. Oh, have you tested spawning into Stadium Alpha with Scopo? No, I haven't actually. So yeah, they're fixed. So bear in mind as well, the season only came out last week, and this list of fixes, I think it's decent, man. I think it's a decent turnaround. User experience. This is a lot of UI stuff, but let's try and rattle through these. Osa's clear shield skin thumbnail is too large to be previewed in the loadout section. Buck's elite uniform is not visible on-screen previews when selected. Battle Pass points total boosters at 30% on after the action. Why is that text bigger there? Is that text bigger? I feel like that text is slightly bigger. Battle Pass points total boost is at 30% on the after-action report of events. And I'm guessing it shouldn't be. I'm guessing you don't actually get 30% more. It was just a UI bug. Status change notification or reputation tile remains visible when leaving and entering career tab. Ribbon for expand your roster remains after operators have been purchased. That's probably quite annoying when you think you bought all the ops and that's still saying buy more ops. So that's been fixed. Tile effect is missing for the old stock weapon skin in the Battle Pass. Okay. Battle Pass fix. Buck's elite device skin is oversized in the details window for the elite uniform. Blitz's elite shield skin is oversized, is shown twice in the, okay. Monty's elite, okay, so there's a few issues with the elite uniform section. Negative or unusually high numbers appear for Battle Pass points after any PvP match. Well, so you lose points on the Battle Pass, or it was showing that. It probably wouldn't have happened that way, but it was showing it. User is unable to open related bundle sets. That's annoying. Missing text on the custom game button in the main menu. I haven't seen that myself. Title and image are missing on Thorn's punk bundle model. Model spelt wrong. Interesting. I wonder if that's the French way of spelling model. I'm going to Google that right now. Model in French. No, it's not. It's model. Title is missing on Sledge's strength bundle model. Wait, am I saying... Is modal a word? Am I thinking that's supposed to say model and I'm the idiot? Modal has multiple meanings. Wait, yeah, modal's like a grammatical thing, right? Modal rate. Oh, no, I'm right. I'm wrong. I think. Maybe. Modal may refer to a textile spun from cellulose fiber. I don't know. Is that what it's supposed to be? No, it can't be. It must mean model. Surely it must mean model. Yeah, it must mean model, surely. Commendation streak action isn't given to players with reputation penalties. Okay. Players can't see... This is annoying. Players can't see reverse friendly fire icon for other players if they already have their own reverse friendly fire. So if you've got friendly fire on and then somebody else gets friendly fire, you can't see that they've got it on because you've already got yours on. So that's fixed. Disconnected players don't receive abandoned sanctions when a match is cancelled due to the missing player. What? Disconnected players don't receive an abandoned sanction when a match is cancelled due to a missing player. Oh, wait, what? Wait, so match cancels were available at the start of this season? I mean, to be fair, cheating hasn't been that bad for me. I think I've played maybe like 2 cheaters in 14 games, and I'll take that all day. I played one last night, actually. But I didn't know that. So if the player who left didn't get an abandoned action, I didn't know that. Placeholders are present in several sections of the How It Works tabs. Okay, so it shouldn't be a placeholder. It should be an actual asset. Mouse scroll doesn't work when hovering over an item tile. Audio. Missing sound effects for Blackbeard entering a window while the whole adapts. Oh, okay. So there's going to be, what, more sound for that now, is there? Operators, sprinting, sound effects, and animation are the same when viewed by an opponent. Sprinting, sound effects, and animation are the same when viewed by an opponent. When would an opponent view them? In-game, maybe? Bomb sound effects can be heard on the loading screen before the prep phase. Yeah, that is annoying. I get that. When you're loading in, you can start hearing the bomb. So bear in mind, this is a list of bugs that were present after the start of the current season. But bear in mind, this is a list of everything that's now fixed. So when I've just been through those bugs and you've gone, yeah, that's really annoying, that's fixed. Obviously, it's prefixed at the start of every sentence with saying fixed. So the big ones is the... Oh, I'm going to be able to see this now. This is the big one. Instead of sprinting, the operator seems to walk faster in third-person view, so that's now fixed. And the other one is the cooldown on the gadget, which I think was up here, wasn't it? Oh, no, I can't see it. There we go. Timer animation for recharging gadgets will grey out when the available gadget reaches 0. So, yeah, that's a good fix. I thought that was like a nerf to those operators at the start of the season, but it was just a bug. So 2 of the big ones are fixed. There was a couple of other bugs that people have mentioned that PC players are forced to have crossplay on, so you're getting console players in your lobby potentially. I think you should be able to turn that off as a PC player if you want to. I'm not going to turn it off because if console play, I usually play in a 5. So if I want to if console players want to stack on the other team, I'm all for that. No offense to console players. But I do believe if you're a PC player and you don't want to play against console, you should have the option to turn it off. And the only other thing to talk about, of course, and this is not, I suppose it was a negative thing at the time, but the season was delayed by 7 hours on PC. But we would much rather surely have a delayed season than a season that was released unplayable. Yes, there was bugs. There's always going to be bugs because we've talked about putting a hard breach charge on a keyboard barrier. You're not going to test that before release and all that sort of stuff. But it was delayed. However, this has definitely been, in my opinion, probably the best season so far in terms of meta because no one knows what the meta is yet. You know, a couple of seasons it was shields, and then before that, shields have always been prevalent, and they still are this season, obviously, with Blackbeard and Monty's still taking a big part, but I'm enjoying that the meta at the minute is still a bit up in the air. No one really knows what the score is. And the changes to Sense and Thunderbird have been great. I'm not just going to glaze the season, but I am. That's exactly what I'm doing. But it's been a good season for me. I've also had a good start in ranked as well, which I haven't had for a while. I think I'm up to like 60% win rate, which is start of the season for me. I'm normally like 35%. So, yeah, I'm happy with the season. A lot of good fixes. I'm looking forward to actually seeing players sprint now, which is good. So, yeah, a lot of good fixes. And that is deployed today at, let me just get the tweet. This is going to be deployed today, December 12th, all platforms, 9 o'clock EST, 2 o'clock UTC, downtime up to 60 minutes. So, yeah, 2 o'clock today, UK time. Servers will go down, the fix will come in for an hour, and then it'll go back up. But there you go. I've noticed that Ice Cold has said he's happy about the audio fixes, these. Yeah, which is good. So anyway, I'm just looking at the tweet that Ice Cold tweeted under the main Rainbow tweet. So there you go. Year 9 Season 4.1 patch. I don't know how I'm going to make a thumbnail for this video, but by the time you've watched this, I'll have already made the thumbnail, so I don't know why I'm talking about that now. Thanks as always for getting involved with the channel. Just a quick video on the Year 9 Season 4.1 patch notes. See you next time. Cheers.